By popular demand, I have been requested to give some tips on how to structure or how to approach the class lesson plan 3 for music. The first thing to remember that these are sixth graders. Sixth graders are not real sophisticated at this point. They don't have the skills that you would have in a high school band or an orchestra. It is a part of junior high school here or middle school here in Texas, whereas in other states they wouldn't be part of a musical group. They would just be doing individual performance and individual instruction. But here they're part of a group. And this is still considered an elementary level. They're not only learning instruments, but they're also learning about music. You can think of it as music appreciation perhaps, music history, and so forth. And this will be a part of their education besides learning the particular musical instrument or voice. B. Evaluate the quality and effectiveness of music and musical performances. Where do we see musical performance? We see it live, we see it on TV, we hear it on the radio, have CDs, MP3 players, and we find it on YouTube. And so we're going to probably focus on YouTube for today. Here's a tip that I have. So what you're expected to do is to first, you might want to show a clip from somewhere and say, is this good or not good? What do you think of it? This performance. Maybe it's something they know. Maybe something professional, maybe something kind of amateur. And what is it you like and you don't like? That would make a nice anticipatory set. When you do your instruction, of course, you're supposed to model. And you're going to model something that will be very similar to what they will do in independent practice. And of course, who's going to evaluate the quality and effectiveness of music and musical performances? It is the students. And if they can evaluate the performance of others, they might better be able to do a self-evaluation of themselves in the future. This is not talking about them evaluating themselves. This is them talking about evaluating others. And since it's not comfortable to criticize or to evaluate each other, we're going to go to another place. We'll go to YouTube and find our sources. Okay, I did a Google search for evaluation of musical performances. I used those four words without quotation marks, evaluation of musical performances. And a little ways down, I came up with this called Music Matters Blog. And the title of this blog is YouTube Performance Evaluation Free Worksheet. So if you were to search YouTube Performance Evaluation, I'm sure you would find this. Here they have a link here at the bottom. And let me read what he says. I have to say I really love YouTube. It is such an incredible teaching resource. My students and I are always referring to it for various performers or performances. So I decided it was time to capitalize on it a bit more and give my students a structured approach to utilizing the many performances available for viewing on YouTube. As we know, some of them are fabulous clips of world-renowned musicians, and others are, well, not so fabulous. Here's a very simple YouTube performance evaluation worksheet I came up with. And this looks like a good blog. If I were going to be a music educator, I think I would want to receive this blog and start getting socialized into the profession and into this professional organization of music teachers. Okay, and so they have a link here, and it came up here, and here is the performance evaluation. And you go ahead and use this, and you can distribute this to your students. And you can see a date, the URL of the YouTube, the piece, the composer, the performer, the duration, your overall rating, what aspects of the performance did you like the most, what aspects of the performance did you like the least, what could be done to make the performance more musical, additional comments. As the teacher, I would explain all of these things, and I would use a couple of examples from YouTube, and with the class, you guys would come to a consensus on what to write in each of these boxes and to do the overall rating. Model for them. Maybe do 2 of them. Then get them in their groups of maybe 3s, 4s. That would be fine, 3s or 4s. Get them by a computer, headphones. And this is a school where they all have headphones and a computer, and they can share, and they can all watch the same performance. And then have them go ahead and view maybe 3 performances and then come together on a consensus. Or maybe they can do an individual one and then have to bring them to watching the same one and then seeing if they agree with each other and try to talk each other into how they would come to a consensus on a particular piece as far as each of these categories go. And that would be a really great lesson. Evaluate the quality and effectiveness of music and musical performances. I think this rubric or this evaluation sheet does the job just fine.